जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता
अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
अस्माकं वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा, ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी,
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी, वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे,
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे, परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को, राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर, शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
Jai Shri Krishna to everyone. With the divine blessings of Almighty, this is JVSM Lakshmi welcoming you all to today's session. So before the start of the session, my respectful salutations to Param Pujya Swami Shri Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj, the founder of this great organization, Gita Pariwar. So a very warm welcome once again to all our dear children, parents, and Gita family members to today's Bhagavad-Gītā interpretation session. The Bhagavad-Gītā is like a loving guide given by Lord Krishna to help us become kind, brave, happy, and wise in our daily life. So through fun learning and simple understanding, we will explore beautiful teachings that help us become better human beings. So we'll begin today's session by seeking the blessings of Lord through the Prarthana by Madhipudi Sesharatnam ji, a devoted co-trainer of level 1, a nature lover and homemaker from Vijayawada. So Didi, can you please start the prayer, please?
जय श्री कृष्ण सभी को।
Jai Shri Krishna.
वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। सभी को जय श्री कृष्ण।
I just want to tell something. We are making
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much, Didi, for the beautiful prarthana.
Thank you.
So that was the beginning of today's session with a wonderful prarthana. Now let us move on to the Deep Prajwalan. For the Deep Prajwalan, we have Vibha Deshmukh ji, a dedicated Sevi of Gita Pariwar, a mentor, examiner, and retired associate professor in chemistry, who continues to inspire many through her selfless seva. If I want to talk about Vibha Deshmukh ji, she is a senior member of Gita Pariwar, serving in different departments in the newsletter writing team and Vivation quiz database and quiz preparation team. She is mentoring L3 and L4. And at the age of 75 years, she has become a member. She has become a citizen of America, Washington State, and now she is at present residing at Nagpur. So Didi, please come forward for the Deep Prajwalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः। वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Vibha Deshmukh Didi, for such a beautiful deep prajwalan. And now let us move forward. Sit with happy hearts, folded hands, and eagerness to learn the beautiful messages of Bhagavad Gita. But before we start with the main session, here is a humble request to all the Gita Sevis. Please kindly spread the information about these weekly Vivechana sessions being conducted regularly and encourage more seekers to participate and benefit from these divine initiatives of Gita Pariwar. Please share the session details in your circles, family groups, and among friends so that more people can connect with the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita and become a part of this Mahayajna. So your small effort can definitely inspire many more to take one step closer towards Gita. So now we are entering the most beautiful part of today's session, our main learning from the 14th Adhyaya of Bhagavad Gita, the Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. So we will listen to the loving teachings of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and learn how to become a good person. And for this, I'm so delighted to introduce Janhavi Dekhane ji, a sincere Gita Sevi, humbly walking the divine path of Bhagavad Gita under the loving guidance and blessings of Param Pujya Swamiji Govindev Girji Maharaj, with deep devotion towards the noble mission of Gita Pariwar. She is associated with Gita Pariwar since April 2021 and has been actively engaged in this sacred journey with dedication and commitment. And since then, she has been serving as a devoted Sevi with Learngeeta, contributing wholeheartedly in various departments, including technical assistance, academic literature, training, and as a Vivechak for kids, special classes, and inspiring young minds with Gita values. And by the divine grace of Bhagavan and blessings of Gurudev, she is also a Gita Vrati within just nearly a year of joining Gita Pariwar. She is also academically a very talented person with very high professional degrees and is now handling professional responsibilities in TCS and she's able to manage both the ends, that is the professional responsibilities and towards the spiritual end also she's totally dedicated. So I have great pleasure in introducing her to you, and I now request our dear Janhavi Didi to kindly take over and start this most awaited part of the session with the new Adhyaya today, the 14th Adhyaya of the Bhagavad Gita. Didi, please start the session.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you
Jai
so
Shri
much
Krishna.
for the very beautiful Deepa Prajwalan and prayer. Thank you so much, everybody. A very warm welcome to this session, all of you. Let's begin with prayer. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Kratitam Purana Munina Matye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashatyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad-gīte Bhavatveshinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad-gīte Bhavatveshinim. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna. Again, a very warm welcome to all of you to this beautiful session. We are going to start with another beautiful and very important chapter of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā today. It is 14th Adhyaya, that is Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. This is a very practical chapter. We have all been learning various chapters one by one throughout our journey of level 1 and level 2. And this is the last chapter of our level 2 journey. And again, just like the 17th Adhyaya, this one is also a very practical, very, Adhyaya which leads us to reflect on ourselves. So, let's begin. The name of the Adhyaya itself, the Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. The name itself tells us that this Adhyaya is about understanding the three gunas, the Gunatraya, the three gunas. We all know this entire Prakriti, this entire universe around us is made up of three main gunas. Three main components are Sattvic, Rajasi and Tamasi. Sattva gun, Rajogun and Tamogun. And with the help of this Adhyaya, Bhagwan will be explaining what is the true nature of these three gunas and, not just the true nature, but how these gunas affect our daily life, how to regulate them, how to balance them, and is it even possible to transcend them? Because guna, this guna word in Sanskrit only, it means another meaning of this word in Sanskrit is like a rope that is tying us. Just like that, these gunas are tying us to what that we will learn in the upcoming chapter. But in order to meet Bhagwan, in order to realize our own, to realize the Atma-Jnana, to realize our own Swarupa, what is required? It is required to get out of these gunas. And then how to get out of these gunas? Is it possible to get out of these gunas? Those answers, Bhagwan is going to discuss them with us in this chapter. We have been learning about these gunas in 9th Adhyaya also, in 17th Adhyaya also. The Adhyaya which is exactly prior to this one in the actual sequence of Bhagavad Gita is the 13th Adhyaya. The Adhyaya that is prior to the 14th Adhyaya. In that Adhyaya, Bhagwan again underlines the importance of understanding the nature and understanding the part of these gunas in our life. There's a very beautiful shlok, Purushah Prakristho bhungte prakriti jan gunan karanam guna sangosya sadasadyo nijanmaso. Meaning that attachment to these gunas only leads us to the nature of our next birth, nature, the gati of human, the gati of our jivatma, right? What kind of birth are we going to get? What kind of relations are we going to make? With what gati are we going to have? That is dependent on how much we are attached to these gunas. And he also tells that the one who understands the nature of these gunas completely, ya evam vetti purusham prakritincha gunais saha sarvatha vartamanopi nasa bhuyo vijayate. The one who understands, then he nasa bhuyo vijayate. Then there is no bandhan of birth or death to him. He is liberated in his own form, no matter what state they are in, no matter what situation surrounds them, no matter what life conditions they face. Such yogis who understand these gunas, who understand the art of detachment with these gunas, they are free of all these bindings of janma and mrityu also, right? So what are these gunas? See, once what happened, there's a very beautiful story. Once what happened, there was a merchant who was passing through a desert and he wanted a place to, take some rest somewhere, and he found a small camp. And in that camp, there was only place for him or some other couple of people to rest. Now he had his camels with him. He could not just, leave them out. Then the owner of the camp said that, how are you going to leave your camels out? We don't have anything that you can tie them with. We don't have that much rope also, that all your camels will get tied with that rope. We don't have that much rope. How are you going to make sure that they stay there throughout the night and they stay safe? They don't go wandering off in the desert. How to do that? Now that merchant, he used to travel, he used to do this a lot. So he knew the solution of this problem. He just went near his camels and just performed some routine, some action without the rope. What kind of action? As if he is tying that rope around the necks of those camels, and he is tying that rope around the necks, and he is tying it somewhere nearby, some nearby pole or some nearby tree. He is just performing that actions. And then the next morning, the owner of the camp came outside and to see camels are still there or not. The owner was surprised to see all the camels were standing there where he left them the previous night. All the camels were standing at that same place. That owner asked the owner of the camp, he asked the merchant that, how did you manage? How are they not running off? The merchant said that because I performed a little action, on their mind, that they are thinking that they are bounded by that rope, but actually they are not. Again he went, he tried to push them, he tried to, he tried to push them, he tried to move them, but those camels would not move. Again he performed that same reverse routine, as if he is taking out those ropes from the camels' necks, and then tried to move them. Camels started moving. This is the story that completely, actually depicts what the nature of these gunas are. We think that these gunas are binding us, but in reality, we are the one that are letting them bind us. Right? So that is the Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. How to understand the nature of these gunas. What is the nature of these gunas? See, that is the Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. What is the nature of these gunas and what are the way to get past these gunas? So let's begin with our first shloka. Please keep reciting with me in the mute. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Atha Chaturdashodhyāyah. Shri Bhagavanuvāca. Param bhūyah pravakshyāmi jnānānāya jnānamuttamam yajñātvā munayas sarve param siddhimito gatāha. Now, what is Bhagavan saying here? Param bhūyah pravakshyāmi jnānānāya jnānamuttamam. Param bhūyah pravakshyāmi, meaning, hey Arjun, I am going to tell you this again. See, this discussion Bhagavan has been having with us, with Arjun, since the beginning, in second chapter also, in the 9th chapter also, in again 17th chapter, in 13th chapter. Every time Bhagavan is being repeating this jnananam jnanam uttamam, this uttam jnana. Why? Because good things needs to be repeated. Bad things, they stay with us. Bad habits, they stay with us. But in order to have one good habit, there is a lot of practice that is required. So that is why Bhagavan is saying that Param Bhūyah Pravakshyami. It's okay. I will repeat everything. I will again tell you what is important. What is the Uttama Jnana? What is the best knowledge? And what is the best knowledge? You will see there is a lot of knowledge around us. We all are living in the era of what? In the era of information. And now this is the era of what? Artificial intelligence. Everywhere around us, the information, the knowledge is just a click away. But still, what is the Uttama knowledge? You know, you also may feel sometimes that, YouTube has so much, it is a reserve of knowledge. Sometimes it feels that we are getting lost in all that knowledge. It becomes more and more confusing as we are having a lot of exposure to that, to various kinds of knowledge, to the various kinds of information around us. So here Bhagavan is talking about Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam, the best of the best knowledge. We all have different kinds of knowledge around us. One can be general knowledge, right? Just a knowledge about general things, just looking at some things, understanding how things works, having the general knowledge, GK. Then another one is science, something specific, knowing the trees, knowing the types of trees, yes, it is there. But how a tree works, how the photosynthesis works, that is the science. That is the something special knowledge. And then there comes the most special knowledge that we all humans possess, the ability to get. What is that knowledge? That knowledge is Atma-Jnana, the ability to self-realization, the knowledge of self-realization. See, that is why the human birth is considered very, very, very important in our Shastras. Because why? We have so much knowledge around us, we have so much life around us, we have so many beings around us, so many living beings around us. All of them are intelligent. There is no living being living on this earth that does not possess a little bit also of intelligence. Even the ants have shown such a great intelligent behavior. Every living being around us possesses some or other kind of intelligent behavior. They exhibit some or other kind of intelligent behavior. But why? Why humans are only different? Humans are different because they only have the capacity to understand their own Swarupa, to do the self-realization, to understand, to make efforts to understand the Bhagavanta, to the Parampita, understand the Parampita Paramatma, who has created this entire universe, who is the cause of this entire universe. Humans only have this ability to have the self-realization, no? And again, to walk on this path only, we have all started understanding Bhagavad Gita. We all want to walk on this path. We all want to elevate our lives in that direction. So that is the Jnananam Jnanamuttamam. And to do that, understanding the nature of Gunas, understanding the effects of Gunas is very important. So the Bhagavan is telling in the next shloka, Idan jnanamupashritya mama sadharmyamagataha sargepi nopajayante pralaye navyathanti cha. And therefore, with the help of this Atma-Jnana, Idan Jnanam Upashritya, taking refuge in this Atma-Jnana, who the yogis, the Muni, they do what? Mama sadharmya magataha. They attain the sadharmya, meaning having the same nature as of me, having the same swabhav as of me. Mama sadharmya magataha. Sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyathanti cha. And how is Bhagwan's swabhav? How is Bhagwan? Sargepi nopajayante. Anadi, ananta. There is no beginning and there is no end. No deterioration that is happening. No dukkha. Complete purity and complete shantata. Complete peace. The bliss. That is the Swarup of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is saying the ones who understand this jnana, the ones who attain this jnana, they attain my sadharmya. Sargepi nopajayante. Then the janma and mrityu, these things, they do not matter. These people don't mind these things. No, these things do not matter with God. These things are going to happen. Janma, mrityu, these all things are going to happen. It is a cycle. But these people, they will not get affected. They will not get vyathanti, meaning they will not get disturbed by the cycle of janma and mrityu, because they have already elevated themselves beyond this Janma, Mrityu, and beyond these perspectives, no, their perspectives has already been elevated. Because of why? Because of what? Because Yajñātva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhimito Gataha. Because they have gotten the Parasiddhi. Patanjali Mahamuni, in his Patanjali Yoga Shastra, he has described so many siddhis. When a sadhak starts walking on the path of bhakti, on the path of sadhana, diligently, regularly, without, wavering, without getting distracted, when a sadhak starts walking the path of sadhana, eventually he is going to stumble upon some or other siddhi. Our Swamiji also says that if you are doing your upasana, if you are doing your bhakti diligently, then regularly, then definitely you are going to have some or other kind of siddhi. There are various kinds of siddhis. Many of you also may have heard about these siddhis, that somebody they talk something and that becomes that thing realizes, that becomes a reality. Somebody who can just control everything around them, control people around them, control things around them. These are some kinds of siddhis that our shastras talk about. And yes, a true sadhak or an honest sadhak who is performing all his actions, all his upasanas, may definitely get those siddhis at one point of another. But those siddhis are like what? They are not permanent. They are temporary. What happens? They will come and they may go also sometimes. But those are not the destination of a sadhak. A sadhak's destination is what? The Bhagavad realization. The union with Bhagavan himself, with Parampita Paramatma himself. These siddhis are just, they're just there. They're coming like a station and going. But the main destination is the union with Parampita Paramatma. A true sadhak understands that. And that is what is called as Parasiddhi. That is the Parasiddhi. Yajñātva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhimito Gataha. And once the Muni, once that sadhak has attained that Parasiddhi, then Pralayena Vyathanti cha, then they will attain the Bhagavan Sadharmya. Mama Sadharmya Magataha. Now, how is this samsara? How is this entire universe? We all know that we all are living in this entire universe, and since we are living in this universe, we are a part of this universe, we are also, the gunas are the inseparable parts of our lives also, because this entire prakriti is made up of these three gunas. And to understand these gunas, we should understand how this prakriti is, how this universe is. Bhagavan is leading us towards that only from the next shloka. Let's start. Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbhan dadhamyaham sambhavas sarva bhutanan tato bhavati bharata. Now, we all see various kinds of species around us. Right? There are so many innumerable species. Some of them we know, but some species, they exist, they exist, but science don't know about them. We all don't know about them yet. There are some species like that also on the planet Earth herself. So there are so many species, there are so many living beings around us that we also don't know completely about. So Bhagavan is saying, Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbhan dadhamyaham. Bhagavan is saying, I give my garbha to this prakriti. This prakriti is just like a womb, carrying all these beings in her. And Bhagavan is saying that I am the father. I am the one giving the that energy to create all these beings. Sambhavas sarva bhutanan tato bhavati bharata. So just like for any baby, any being to get born, it is required to have mother and father. Just like that, the Prakriti is our mother and the Parampita Paramatma is our father. This This Prakriti herself, we know her with so many names, just like Adi Shakti, Adi Maya, Bhagavati Durga Mata, Amba Mata. By these names, we know this Prakriti. Naneshwar Mauli also says that how is this Prakriti? This Prakriti is Nitya Nutan. How is Bhagwan? Bhagwan is just like he was from the Anadi, from the beginning of the time until the end of the time. He will stay just like he ever was. But how is this Prakriti? Continuously changing. Just take a look around us. The seasons are continuously changing. The trees are growing. Plants are growing into trees, right? The seasons are changing. The sun is rising up, setting down. Inside of us also, we are observing so many changes. Once upon a time, we were babies, and now we are growing up, we will grow old. And everything around us is changing every second. Slowly and slowly, everything around us is changing. Naneshwar Maharaj says that this Prakriti is like what? Anadi Nitya Taruni Avarnaniya Triguni. Just like it is forever young, always changing. Avarnaniya meaning there is nothing, there is no explanation. Such a novelty that we can see every day around us in this Prakriti. But how is this? Triguni also. This is Trigunatmika also. Consisting of the three component gunas that are Sattva Gun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. With the combination of these gunas, only every action in this Prakriti is going to make is going to be made, is happening. Every jiva, which is a part of this Prakriti, is bound by these three gunas, is consisting of these three gunas only. So we should understand what is the relation of what is the relation of us with this Prakriti, and what is the relation of us with this Parampita Paramatma. That we should understand by understanding these the structure of this universe, by understanding that Mama Yonir Mahat Brahma Tasmin Garbham Dadamyam, that Bhagwan and this Prakriti, with the help of these only, this entire universe is working so beautifully around us. What is Bhagwan saying in the next shloka, continuing this discussion itself? Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiyaha tasam brahma mahatyonir aham bija pradapita. That's how Bhagwan is saying, Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiyaha. That's how all the species are being born. All the species are coming into the existence. Tasam Brahma Mahatyonir Aham Bija Pradapita. That Prakriti is the Adi Maya, that Prakriti is the Mata, and I am the one. That is the father, that is giving the main bija, that is giving the main seed to this entire existence, of this entire existence, to this Prakriti. So, when Bhagwan says that he is the bija of this entire existence, then he is everywhere, and that one sentence itself means that he is everywhere around us. We think that when we will meet Bhagwan, is it after death? Is it after this birth? Is it after going to the heaven or something like that? No, this Prakriti itself is coming into the existence by the energy given by the Bhagwan, by the energy of Bhagwan. Aham bija pradapita. So where is he? He is everywhere around us. We just need to develop that perspective. We just need to develop that vision, that drishti, to be able to see Bhagwan around us in everything. So to understand, to understand this Prakriti, to understand this Vishwa, to understand this universe itself is like to understand Bhagwan himself. Now what is Bhagwan saying in the next slok? Let's see. Sattvam rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibadhnanti mahabaho dehi namapyayam. Now, prakriti sambhavaha gunaha. Now what is Bhagavan saying? That now this prakriti has been created. Now what is Bhagavan saying? That these gunas are being born out of this prakriti. This prakriti itself is consist of these gunas. Sattvam, rajaha, tama. Iti gunas prakriti sambhavaha. Now what they do? They nibadhananti mahabahu. Whoever species, whoever jivas are in this prakriti, are living in this prakriti, these gunas, nibadhananti mahabahu, dehe dehinam avyayam. All the jivatmas, they are bound to their bodies by these gunas. We all know that Bhagavan's ansha, the ansha of Paramatma is living inside all of us. But still, why we are not able to understand, why we are not able to realize that Paramatma Tattva inside of us is only because that this Jivatma, which is the one, which is an ansha of Paramatma Tattva inside of us, that Jivatma considers itself as a part of this body only. No? When we say that this is my body meaning what? We are associating everything around us, everything that is related to this body with this Jivatma. When we say that this is my name is Janhavi. This body's name is Janhavi. The Jivatma is still avyaya. Dehe dehinam avyayam. This avinashi Jivatma, this avyaya Jivatma is getting bounded with the body. Because of whom? Because of these three gunas. So, how to get liberated from this bandhan? How to get liberated from this binding? Is it after, after the Deha Tyaga, after when we move to the next birth, when we move to the next? No, it is not like that. If we are moving to the next birth, that means that binding is still there. We are just changing the vessel. No. To get out of the binding of these three gunas is to realize our own Swarupa in this Janma only. At least to make some efforts to realize our own Swarupa in this Janma only. By what? By practicing detachment. Asangashastrena dridhena chitva. We learnt it in the 15th chapter. By practicing the detachment, only we will be able to realize the Paramatma Tattva inside of us. So what is Bhagavan saying in the next shloka? Tatra sattvan nirmalatvat prakashakamanhamayam sukha sangena batnati jnana sangena chanagha. Tatra sattvan nirmalatvat. Now, the Swarupa of these three gunas. What is the Swarupa of Sattva Gun? What is the Swarupa of Rajogun? And what is the Swarupa of Tamogun? What are their own nature? That Bhagavan is telling in this shloka. The Sattva Gun, the Swarupa of Sattva Gun is being discussed in this shloka. Tatra Sattvan Nirmalatva Prakashakam Amanamayam. Meaning, Prakashakam Tatra Sattvan Nirmalatvat Prakashakam Anamayam. Meaning what? That Sattva Gun is Nirmal. It is Shuddha. It is very pure. It is just like a guiding light for all of us. What is the Sattva Gun? Sukha Sangena Badnati Jnana Sangena Chanaga. Once the person who is having prominent Sattva Gun inside of them will always feel a sense of clarity in their mind. Whatever task, whatever endeavor they are doing, they will feel a sense of clarity, crystal clarity, that this I want to do, this I have to do, and this is my purpose. That clarity a Sattva Guni person will have. But what happens? Sukha sangena badhnati jnana sangena chanaga. Again, this is also a gun. Gun meaning this is also a binding. And what this will bind us with? Sukha sangena badhnati jnana sangena chanaga. This will bind the Jivatma with Sukha, with Jnana. The Sattva Guni person will always feel like studying, will always feel like gaining more and more and more knowledge. And that knowledge at the end will do what? That knowledge, if it is lacking the bhakti, if it is lacking the devotion to Paramatma, having excessive knowledge, it will lead to the ahankara. So, the Sukha Sangena Badnati Jnana Sangena Chanaka. See, there are many knowledgeable people around us. There's a very beautiful, very small story, very beautiful story. Once what happened, Sant Jnaneshwar Mauli, when he was very little, he used to go out to ask for bhiksha in his town. So he went one day, he went and asked for bhiksha from every house that was in the town, from every every family that was in the town, in the Alandi. So he went and he was asking for some bhiksha. There was one family, there was one person who was very learned, knower of shastras and everything. He had his studies in Vedas, he had his studies in all the shastras, all the scriptures and everything, but what? Bhakti was lacking. So what happened? When Jnaneshwar Mauli went and asked for bhiksha at his house, he did not give any bhiksha, but in return said so many bad things to Jnaneshwar Mauli. He was also a child, Jnaneshwar Mauli. He was also a child, so he just, all these things that person said, he got hurt by all those things. He came home and in his little small hut, like kutia, like room, he just went inside of it and closed the door of that kuti. Closed the door and just sat in that kuti, very sad. His little sister Muktabai, Santa Muktabai, she realized that something has happened. My Jnana Dada, my brother, who is never sad, who is always happy, who is always in some bliss. How is he sad today? What happened? Something must have happened. She understood that Santa Muktabai, she was also, she was the youngest sister among all these Jnaneshwar Mauli, Nivruttinath Maharaj, Jnaneshwar Mauli, Sopandev, and then Muktabai. So she was the youngest sister among these brothers, among these Jnaneshwar Mauli and his brothers. Still, she went in front of his room. She asked, what happened? What happened? Jnaneshwar Mauli was not telling anything. He was not saying anything. She understood that somebody must have said something. And that's why Dada is hurt. That's why he is hurt. That's why my Jnana Dada is hurt. What did she say? There are very beautiful set of abhangas that are known as Tati se Abhanga in Marathi. If anybody can, just go through them. If you understand Marathi, they are very beautiful. She says in one of that abhanga is Jiba datani chaveli kone battishi todeli. Meaning, if our tongue, if sometimes it happens that our teeth end up hurting our tongue only. Our tongue gets in between our teeth sometimes. And if that happens, do we end up, taking out all the teeth of... So this happens sometimes. Yeah. So if this happens, do we take out all of our teeth just because they are hurting our own tongue? No. We do not hurt our teeth. We do not hurt our tongue also. Why? Because teeth is also ours and tongue is also ours. जीभ दाताने चावली कोणे बत्तीशी तोडिली विश्व रागे झाले वन्नी संते सुखे व्हावे पाणी. No matter even if the entire universe is heating, is hurting you like fire, how the santa should be? Santa should be like water. Santa should be shanta, blissful. See, what is that? When only jnana, when only knowledge is there, then it will result in the ahankara, just like that person who said bad things to Dhaneshwar Mauli. But when bhakti is there, having knowledge and bhakti together will lead the person to the self-realization, to the uttama jnana, to the parasiddhi. So the sattva guna, to get out of the binding of sattva guna is the Ramabana upaya to get out of the binding of sattva guna is the bhakti. The binding of sattva guna is what? The jnana sanga, the ahankara that is coming out of the knowledge is the binding of sattva guna. And to get out of that binding, the Ramabana upaya, the main solution, the best solution, the ultimate solution is what? It is bhakti. Now the next shloka, Bhagavan is telling us the swarup of Rajoguna. What is the swarup of Rajoguna? Let's see. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tannibadhnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. Raga meaning having the extreme attachment towards things. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. The swarup of Rajoguna only is the attachment. Then Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam. It increases. With what? Trishna. Trishna meaning the unending desires. Then Tannibadhanati Kaunteya Karma Sangena Dehinam. Now with the help of this Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam, with the help of this attachment towards desires, towards various kinds of desires, this Rajogun, it binds the Dehi, binds the Jivatma with what? With the constant desire of performing karmas. Various karmas. Now, this is a Rajogun. Rajogun meaning the gun which makes us do various kinds of karmas, because the gun which makes various kinds of desires arise inside of us. It's okay. It's okay to have desires. If we don't have desires inside of us, then how will we perform any kind of karma? If I want to achieve great grades in my academics, achieving great grades is the desire which is leading me to study good, study nicely. If I want to be financially stable in my life, the desire of being financially stable is, like that, for some better efforts in my life. So having desires is not a bad thing, but when Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself has told this in the 7th chapter, that dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. He describes that having the desires, the desire also itself, the kama itself is the swarup of me. Kamosmi bharatarshava. But what kind of desire? Dharma viruddho. Dharma aviruddho. The desire that are properly, closely aligned with your dharma only. Whatever that is required for you to perform your duties nicely, that desire is required. When a father earning good money for the welfare of his family, for the welfare of his society, that becomes a good desire, that I want to provide some stability to my family. That is the good desire, and that desire is driving him to do his karma. That is the good karma. But again, that is happening with the help of what? Rajogun. So Bhagavan is saying that Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. Rajogun is the one that is that symbolizes the attachment towards karma. It makes us do various kinds of karmas. Now, there's a very beautiful Subhashita in Sanskrit. It goes like, Ashanam manushyanam kachidashcharya shrinkhala baddhayaya pradhavanti muktastishtati panguvat, meaning Asha, having so many desires. Manushyanam kachid ashcharya shrinkhala. It is a very, funny, it is a very magical chain. If somebody is bounded by that chain, bounded by the chain of desires, that person will keep on running and running. But somebody who is liberated from that chain, somebody who is free of that chain, he will stay calm. He will stay calm and will never run, will not run anywhere. Ashanam Manushanam. That is a very magical, that is a very funny shrinkala. That's a very funny binding that it is there. Yes, so this is the swarup of Rajogun, that it is the karma sangena dehinam, it binds us with the karma. And then the swarup of Tamogun that Bhagavan is telling. What is the swarup of Tamogun? Let's read. Tamastvatjnanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadalasya nidrabhistannibadhnati bharata. The swarup of Tamogun is Tamastu Ajnanajam Vidhi. Tamogun is born out of what? Ajnana only. And Ajnana meaning what? The complete absence of understanding what is right and what is wrong for us. That is the Ajnana. Not understanding what is right, the absence of discretion, absence of vivek, that is Ajnana. And what? Mohanam sarvadehinam. And this Ajnana leads to what? Leads to moha. Moha meaning again the same thing, that not understanding what is right and what is wrong. We have seen this in the 9th chapter. Rakshasim asurin chaiva prakritim mohinim shritaha. The person who is prominently who is having prominent tamogun inside of them, they start living their life under the influence of this mohini prakriti, influence of this moha. What is the influence of this moha? We must have read, we must have seen people being addicted to drugs or things like that. After doing such things, do they understand what they are doing? They don't understand what they are doing. They don't understand where they are going, what they are talking. They will understand nothing. Because what? Because they are living in some kind of delusion, some kind of temporary escape from the reality, which is again, which is again a delusion. So, Bhagavan is saying, Tamastu Ajnanajam Vidhi. You understand that this Tamogun, it is born out of Ajnana. Pramadalasya nidrabhis tannibadhnati bharata. And it binds the person with what? Pramada, alasya and nidra. This pramada meaning what? Pramada meaning something that we are not supposed to do, but we still end up doing. Suppose I have exams tomorrow. I should be studying right now. But if I'm not studying, I'm watching TV, I'm going out to play with my friends, or just going to some theaters to watch some movie, something like that. Something that everything that I am not supposed to do as a part of my duty, as a part of my dharma. That all those things, doing all those things meaning pramada, doing vyartha, doing time pass, instead of doing what am I supposed to do. That is the pramada. Then alasya. Alasya meaning the laziness. Not doing anything, not thinking about anything, just being lazy. Nidra meaning sleep. The sleep also is very important for our health, right? But in excess amount, it is not, right? It should be there only to keep our health stable. Not like we should not be the servants of this sleep only. So pramada, alasya, Nidra Tannibadnati Bharata. Bhagavan says that these are the factors that this tamogun binds the person with. So, now this sattva, raja, tama, Bhagavan has told a standard, a brief description of what the swarupa of this sattva gun, this rajogun and tamogun is. Understanding the swarupas of these gunas is important for us to analyze our own behavior. The most of the time in our daily routine, does it go in tamogun? Does it go in rajogun? Does it go in sattvagun? You know? So that thing we should be able to analyze inside of ourselves. And according to the results, according to our own analysis, we should try to move forward. We should try to move beyond the tamogun, beyond the rajogun towards the sattvagun. Try to bring balance in all these three gunas. Because that balance only will lead us to get the overall, overall proper balance in our life also. Having the tamogun, that wherever it is required, having the sleep at night, it is important, it is required. So that much tamogun is also required in our life. Having the various desires which are helping us fulfill our own duties, those desires are also important. So that much rajogun is also important. And having the knowledge, having the bhakti, so that much sattvagun is also important, so that we will be able to, make efforts for our own upliftment, for the upliftment of people around us. So in these proportions, this tamogun, rajogun and sattvagun, these three are also very crucial for human life. But when it is problematic when they are becoming extreme, they are becoming excessive. So to get the balance in all these three gunas is important, and that is why we are learning about the swarupas of these three gunas. Just like in a car, every car has steering, has engine or some fuel and brakes in it. So that steering represents, if we imagine our life as that car, that steering represents the sattvagun. That sattvagun will give our desires, whatever our ichha, whatever our karma is, whatever we want to do, whatever we want to achieve, that sattvagun will give the direction to our desires. And that rajogun is just like that petrol that that is required for the car to run. If we want to build a beautiful life, if we want to build a prosperous life, if we want to lead a prosperous life, then that rajogun is also important. To have prosperity, to have financial stability in life is important, and that will come through rajogun only. So that rajogun is also important, but again, it should be guided by sattvagun. And every car has brakes also in it. That brake is also important, which represents the tamogun. Because after an endless, after an intense day, we all need to rest for some bit. So that tamogun is also important. The trick is just to understand the balance in all these three gunas and try to get that balance in the perfect proportion inside of our daily routine also. So let's see in the next slok, Bhagavan is summarizing the three gunas. Sattvam sukhe sanjayati, rajah karmani bharata, jnanamavritya tu tamah pramade sanjayatyuta. Now Bhagavan is beautifully summarizing these three gunas as Sattvam sukhe sanjayati. Sattva gun will bind in the sense of sukha, in sense of happiness, in sense of satisfaction. And then what? Rajogun, rajah karmani bharata. Rajogun will bind in the karma, constantly making us do some or other kind of karma. And jnanam avritya tu tamah. And what tamogun does? Jnanam avritya. It just covers up our jnana. Whatever understanding we have about things, that the tamogun will cover up that understanding and lead us into the delusion. And pramade sanjayatyuta, lead us into the wrong habits. Just like, practicing, even if wrong habits can contain not only, it does not have to contain only the drugs or only the things like that, only addictive things like that. It can also contain the endless scrolling or on Instagram, endless scrolling on YouTube. That is also a swarup of tamoguna. Why? Jnanam avritya. We know that it is not leading us anywhere. We know that it is only wasting our time. We know that it is only making our buddhi go in so many directions. It is only, making us, our buddhi, delusional, even though we do not refrain from it. Why is that? That is because of the tamoguna. So, sattvam sukhe sanjayati rajah karmani bharata jnanam avrityatu tamah pramade sanjayatyuta. But how is Paramatma? Paramatma is beyond all these three gunas. And that is what is called gunatita, that we will learn in the next session. But let's see what Bhagavan is telling in the next shloka. How these three gunas are acting in our daily lives. Let's see. Rajastamascha bhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajas sattvantamascha tamas sattvam rajas tatha. Rajas tamas chabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Now these three gunas, there is a constant tussle that is going on in between these three gunas. Sattva gun will become prominent if Rajogun and Tamogun are becoming dormant. Rajogun will become prominent if Sattva gun and Tamogun is becoming dormant, and Tamogun will become dominant if Rajogun and Sattva gun is becoming dormant. And this constant tussle is constantly going. We are getting out, getting up in the morning. Now, if it is a nice winter morning, we are getting out, we will not feel like getting out. We will just feel like, just for some more time, stay in the bed like that. What is that? That is the tamogun acting up. Even if we are awake, that tamogun is acting up and telling us that no, we should sleep for more time. That is the tamogun acting up, and rajogun and sattvagun are becoming dormant in that time. Sometimes we feel a lot like we should do so much puja, japa, aradhana. We should recite Bhagavad-Gītā ji's adhyay. So many such desires we have in our mind. What is that? That is the sattva gun. That is the prominency of sattva gun. In that prominency of sattva gun, we end up doing so many good tasks for our own upliftment. We end up feeling content about everything that is happening around us. And sometimes what happens? Sometimes there is a constant, need for working. I need to complete this today. I need to complete that today. Then after completing this, I will do that. After doing this, I will do that. This constant thing is what? The lacking of tamogun and sattvagun. This is the prominence of rajogun. And then which guna is becoming prominent at which time? That understanding that thing is important. These gunas are going to be there in our entire life. See, we all are a part of Prakriti. We all are living in this human body, which is a part of this Prakriti. So this Prakriti has its own set of rules that we all have to abide with, and these gunas are part of those set of rules. So these gunas are going to stay there, but we need to learn to balance them. We need to learn to control them and not let them control us. That only art we are going to we want to learn, and to learn that only art we all have gathered here to practice Bhagavad-Gītā, so that we will be able to understand how to balance these gunas in our life. And then in the next shloka, what is Bhagavan saying? What is the swarup of what sattva guna will result into? If somebody who is having the prominent sattva guna inside of them how is their being, what the sattva gun results into. Sarvatvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyat vivrittham sattvamityuta. Sarvatvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate. Just like, opening the doors of our house leads the light, the sunlight inside of it. Same thing, once the sattva gun increases, the light of jnana, the light of knowledge starts coming in our mind, starts coming in our buddhi. Our body is having our body is having 9 types of dwara, 9 types of doors. Navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvanna kare. Through all those 9 types of doors, the sattva guni person will completely, in totality, exhibit only and only the light of knowledge only. See, there is a very beautiful OV of Gnaneshwar Mauli. Sant Gnaneshwar Mauli says in his Gnaneshwari that Aiku nayete kanachi vagali, pahu nayete drishtichi gali, bolu nayete jibhachi tali, swabhavata. Meaning what these sattva guni people are like, they are like Aiku nayete kanachi vagali. Their ears will not desire the things that are not desirable for us to hear. Their eyes will not desire to see things that are not desirable for eyes to see, that are not good for eyes to see. Their tongue will not utter such words which are not good for somebody to utter. So their swabhava only will start becoming like that. You must have also experienced things like this when you started, learning, started reciting Bhagavad-Gītā. The desire to watch Netflix, the desire to watch the web series and everything, it starts reducing when we start experiencing the prominency of sattva guna inside of our mind, right? And this thing happens. Why is that? Because the sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate. But for all of us, it is a temporary situation. We all experience it, but sometimes it is a temporary situation for all of us. But for people who is having prominency of sattva guna in their life, who has the prominent sattva guna in their life, they experience this thing permanently. Prakasha upajayate jnana yada tada vidyat vivruddham sattvam. All the senses of their body starts experiencing the light of the knowledge. That is the effect of sattva guna on somebody's personality. And then what is the effect of rajoguna? Having the prominent rajoguna in life is lobha pravrittirarambha karmana mashamaspriha rajasyetani jayante vivriddhe bharatarshava. Lobha pravrittirarambha karmana ashamaspriha. Lobha meaning having greed about things. Not feeling content about what we have, but constantly feeling that greed, that I need to have this, I need to have that. Then pravritti arambha, constant need to do something or other. Constantly they will feel that I should be working towards something, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Then karmana ashama spriha. Ashama meaning not feeling content, spruha meaning again constantly feeling that trishna, constantly feeling that greed. Rajasyetani jayante vivriddhe bharatarshava. These things, they start vivriddhe, they start increasing in the rajoguni person. There's a very beautiful example of this is a small story. That once what happened, there was a family, there was a very poor farmer family, and once a king was going from in front of their house. He just saw that these people are very poor, and he just wanted to see how they are living, how is everything going. He just went inside of their hut and ask them, how is everything going? How are you managing? And everything like that. Those both farmer, husband and wife, they both are very happy to have king in their house. They tried to, tried to respect him, tried to do his hospitality as best as they could. They gave him whatever they have, just tried to, welcome him with whatever they had with them. The king was very happy seeing that even in this limited resources that they have, they want to, pay respects to me. They are trying to pay respects to me. So the king was very happy with their behavior. King said, okay, tomorrow morning, I want to give you something. So tomorrow morning, start running. Whatever land, this entire land is mine. You can start running from this point, and however long you can run, however long you want, however long you can run, I will give you that much land. That entire land will be yours. You start walking. The king did not say running. The king said, you start walking. And however long you can walk, that entire land will be yours. And so that poor farmer, husband and wife, they both were very happy. So the next morning, that farmer said that I'm going to start running. From, at the break of the dawn only, he woke up. And he asked his wife that, okay, I have to leave now. Whatever you want to prepare for me right now. I will leave in some time. I have to start walking, and by the end of the day, how much land I can walk, that entire land will be ours. That's what our king has said. So I will start walking from the morning only. So that farmer started walking, running. Eventually he started running. Other people in his town, they asked him that stop running now. It's okay. You have enough land. You have walked enough land. You are going to get so much land. It's okay. The land which none of us, the amount of land which none of us have, that much land you are going to get now. Stop. You have already exhausted yourself so much. Please stop. Now he was not going to listen anything. Today is the day that I am going to achieve everything in my life. Today is the day. This day is important. So he kept on running. By the time the day was ending, he was so exhausted that he just fell. He just felt a glani type of thing, and he just collapsed on the land. And after some time, the prana, the life, flew out of him. He died after some time. And then what happened? Then whatever land he had walked on, all that land, it was of no use. Just how much land that was there, which was required for him eventually, it was just the land that was required for him to sleep, or that was required for his last rites to be performed. That much land only he required at the end. So what is that? That is the story that tells us that how bad this greed thing, how bad this lobh thing is. And Rajogun, if not properly monitored under the influence of Sattva Gun, that Rajogun will lead eventually to the unending Ashamaspriha, unending desires, unending greed, unending Trishna. That is the Swarup of Rajogun. That is the Swarup of somebody who is having Rajogun prominently inside of them. And how are the people having Tamogun prominently inside of them? Aprakasho pravrittischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayante vivriddhe kurunandana. Aprakasho pravrittischa. Now, what was the swarup of the person having sattva gun? Prakasha upajayate. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate. From every sense, from every thought of that person will arise what? Will arise the prakasha, will arise the light of knowledge, the light of enlightenment. But Aprakasho pravrittischa. How the tamoguni people? Aprakasha. Not having the clarity, not having the knowledge, not having the understanding of what is right and what is wrong. Aprakasho, apravritti. Apravritti meaning, pravritti is the characteristic of person having the rajogun. We saw in the previous shloka, lobha, pravritti, arambha. Pravritti meaning having desire to do something. That. But the tamoguna, what is the characteristic is apravritti, meaning aprakasha and apravritti, meaning absence of sattvagun also and absence of rajogun also. It is very dangerous. No? Pramado moha evacha, constantly staying in the delusion, and pramada meaning wasting their time in the things that they are not supposed to do, wasting their time in the things that are vyartha. Moghasha mogha karmano mogha jnana vichetasa rakshasi masurin chaiva prakritim mohinim shita. Like that, spending all of their time in vyartha asha, in vyartha desires, in meaningless actions, like that. That is pramado moha evacha. Tamasyatani jayante vibruddhe kurunandana. That, arises from the prominence of tamogun inside a person. So, these are the swarupa, these are the natures of these gunas, and these are the characteristics when these gunas starts increasing inside of us. So again, we all are learning Bhagavad Gita here to understand what? To understand Bhagavana, to grow closer and closer to Bhagavana. And to grow closer to Bhagavana is to learn to stabilize these gunas inside of us, to learn to stabilize these gunas and then elevate our own lifestyle according to, having perfect balance of all these gunas. Then only we will be able to transcend these gunas towards the state of what? Gunatita. That requires the constant practice, the constant, self retrospection, that constant introspection it requires, that what I'm doing, whatever action I'm doing, is it prominently in the sattvagun? Is it prominently in the rajogun? Is it prominently in the tamogun? What is the swarup of this action? Where this action is leading me? To understanding, to constantly analyzing, to constantly introspecting will only lead us towards the improvement, towards the upliftment of our spiritual self also, of our normal self also, of our general self also, right? So, on this point, praying to Bhagavana that we all understand this intellect, we all have this kind of intellect to get this balance of all these gunas, and maybe have that kind of, bhakti and that kind of knowledge also to surpass these gunas, to transcend these gunas also at some point in our life, to grace us with this knowledge, to grace us with this bhakti, going down to Parampita Paramatma, offering all entire this today's discourse to Parampita Paramatma, to Bhagwan Shri Krishna's lotus feet, to Gurudev Bhagwan's lotus feet. Let's conclude today's session on this note. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Harihi Om Tat Sat. From the next session, we will see the rest of the shlokas. A very beautiful chapter this is. Thank you so much for patiently waiting, for patiently staying in the session. Thank you so much. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri. Thank you so much, Didi, for that wonderful vivechana. On behalf of all of us, I offer my heartfelt thanks for your beautiful interpretation of this 14th Adhyaya. Your explanation brought great clarity, and it inspired all of us to think on these profound teachings and to understand and reflect upon them. So we are truly grateful for all that wisdom you have shared with us today. Thank you once again for such an enlightening discourse. Now, one humble request to all the Gita Sevis, please kindly spread the information about these weekly interpretation sessions among your groups, family, friends, and acquaintances. And please be a part of connecting this with the wisdom with everybody else in the society, so that many more people can join this beautiful journey of learning and transformation. Your small effort can inspire many of us, many more, to take one step closer towards Gita. Now let us move to the question and answer session. It is time for clearing our doubts. So please use the hand symbol to raise your hand and ask your questions. And Didi, I request you to kindly answer the questions of all our sadhaks.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Thank you so much. I have to keep my video off today, so please excuse me for that. I am having a bit of network issues. But yeah, I will try my best to answer the questions. Okay.
Okay, Didi. Okay. Now, Dilip Kumar ji, kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. Dilip Kumar Bhaiya, yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. My question is, how much time we need to spend for Sattva Guna in a day? If we spend too much time Sattva Guna, then how do we work it?
It is not like something standard proportion is there. It is not like that. Based on your personality, based on your basic things about Sattva Guna is that we should perform our daily rituals like daily puja, japa, that kind of things every day. Recite all the shlokas, adhyayas, whatever your routine is. Try to follow that. Try to help people as much as possible. No, try to bring positivity in your life as much as possible. That way you can maximize the following Sattva Guna in your life. Okay, so it is not some standard proportion or this 2 hours only or 3 hours only you should spend in Sattva Guna. No. The Sattva Guna should be properly entangled in all your activities. Whatever you are doing, do it with the bhava of Sattva Guna. You are helping other people, do it with the bhava of Sattva Guna that I am helping them for my Bhagavana. I am doing the seva of my Bhagavana. Like that. Whatever you are doing. You are earning for your family. You are earning because your family is the blessing that Bhagavana has given to you. And you are earning for their welfare. You are earning for their good in life. So everything, align everything in the Sattvic perspective so that you will be able to spend good amount of time in Sattva Guna. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Kunal Bhaiya, are you interested in asking a question? I don't find hand raise.
Yes. Jai Shri Krishna.
Pranam, Kunal. Jai Shri Krishna.
Nice explanation, Didi.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
I have a question. How to balance? Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, Bhaiya.
My question is how to balance our Sattva Guna and Rajo Guna, and how to control our
Your
Tamo
question is
Guna.
how to what?
How to balance Sattva Guna and Rajo Guna, and how to
How to
control our
balance?
Tamo Guna.
How to control our Tamagun? To control our Tamagun, first time is decide what your sleep schedule will be. Okay. So, if you are sleeping on a right time, then you will wake up on a right time. And if you are getting your proper sleep, then you will never feel like, never feel tired or never feel that fatigue throughout your whole day. So, first thing is we have to learn to maintain our sleep schedule. And then to again control the tamoguna, try to practice meditation and similar things, meditation, dhyana, dharana, that try to practice in the morning or whenever you get time. Once you start practicing that, you will start feeling that I'm not feeling that much tired, that I don't require to sleep after every small effort that I'm taking, every extra effort that I am taking. I'm not feeling tired after that. So once you start practicing like that, you will, easily be able to control your tamogun. Okay. And to balance the sattva guna and rajogun is, first thing is to balance the rajogun is that always befriend it with your sattva gun. Our rajogun always wants us to, achieve different things. Achieving different things or having desires for different things is okay, but only when if our sattva gun is approving that desire. Okay. So if your sattva gun says, yeah, this is a good desire and I must do this. This desire will help my country, will help me in a good way, will help me in uplifting myself, my life in a good way, will help my society in a good way. Then definitely that rajogun is definitely is friend with your sattva gun. Definitely it will do good job. So to control the negative effects of rajogun, you should try to align it with your sattva gun. The council of sattva gun must be there for rajogun also. Okay, Bhaiya?
Okay, thank you, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you, Bhaiya. Sorry.
Okay, next we have Anita ji for the question. Anita ji, can you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Jai Shri Krishna.
Please
Jai Shri
switch
Krishna,
on your
Didi.
video if possible.
Ma'am, it will get disconnected.
Okay, no.
So I have this question. In chapter 12, at the beginning we said Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Atad. But in every other chapter it is Atha. Can you tell me why?
See, Didi, this difference is happening because of the aghata that is being given on the tha akshara. Okay. See, when do we give the stress? When do we give the aghat? When that particular akshar is followed by some jodakshar, some joint consonant, right? So since in the Dvadashodhyayaha, after tha there is half the and complete va. It is becoming a joint consonant. So the aghat or stress of the is coming on tha, athadvadasho. But in Chaturdasho, it is not like that. Cha is a simple akshara, not a joint consonant. So atha Chaturdasho, simple, like that.
So because after Atha, it's a joint consonant, that's why it is Atad.
Correct. Yes.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you so much.
Similarly, it will be Trayodashodaya in 13th chapter also it will go like that. Athat Trayodasho. Athat, like that.
Traya also is a joint consonant.
Yeah, because Tra is also a joint consonant.
Okay. Thank you, Didi. Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
I think now we are finished with our question and answer session. Now
There is one question in chat box also, Didi, I think.
Okay. I think chat box, yes, I have not seen that.
Yeah. Sheetal Didi. She's asking, can you tell daily routine to increase sattva guna for kids?
Daily routine.
First, there are some very little things you can do for kids is, if there are some stotras that they know, if there are Gita, Learngeeta kids, then they must be knowing some Gita adhyayas. So decide one time in their daily routine where they will be able to sit in front of your mandir, sit in front of your Bhagwan and chant one or the other Bhagavad Gita ji adhyaya, chant Hanuman Chalisa. Make sure that they are bowing down to Bhagwan's feet also and to their parents' feet or their elders' feet also. So make sure if possible, make them make a habit of them so that they are getting up early in the morning. Early as in not too early, but at least 7 or 7:30 o'clock, like that. So such small habits you can include in the daily routine of kids to make them sattva gun enriched, like that. Okay. Yeah, and one more, the very important thing is whatever you are doing, your kids are following that. So in the efforts of increasing the sattva gun in their life, we should make that effort in our life also, so that they will just look at us, look at their parents, and then try to imitate them. That's the biggest way you can impact on their life. Okay, Sheetal Didi.
Thank you, Didi, for those wonderful answers. Now, as we conclude today's wonderful Gita Bhagavad-Gītā session. Let us offer our prayers with devotion and gratitude. We invite Balaji ji from Coimbatore for the Prarthana. A dedicated sevak of Gita Pariwar, he serves as a co-trainer for levels 1 and 2 and is associated with Gita Pariwar for quite some time. He is actively involved in Bal Samskar Seva in Tamil Nadu, that is offline. So I welcome Balaji ji for the prayer Prarthana. Let us all join the prayer with folded hands and thankful hearts. Balaji Bhaiya, please.
Yogesham Satchidanandau Vasudevau Vrajapriyam Dharma Saustapakau Virang Krishnau Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnau Vande Jagadgurum.
Thank you, Bhaiya. With that, we come to the end of the session. On behalf of Gita Pariwar, first and foremost, I offer my heartfelt gratitude to the Almighty for guiding us and blessing this gathering with such positivity and purpose. I express my sincere gratitude and respects to our Param Puj Swamiji for the constant inspiration and divine guidance, which is the foundation of all our efforts. And my sincere thanks to Sesharatnam ji and Balaji ji for the Bhaktimay Prarthana and Vibha Deshmukh ji for the beautiful Deep Prajwalana. I'm equally grateful to all the participants whose enthusiastic presence added life and energy to this event. Your involvement truly reflects the spirit of learning and growth. A special thanks to the back-end team of Sevis who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure everything was conducted smoothly and beautifully. Let us now carry forward the teachings and inspirations we have received today into our daily lives. So with gratitude in our hearts, let us conclude this program with the recitation of Hanuman Chalisa.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन वसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समबाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई मोहि कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Let us meet again next week, same time, with the next part of this Adhyaya. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much, Lakshmi Didi, for beautiful anchoring as always.
Thank you.
And thank you so much,
Didi.
Didi.
Thank you so much, Didi. Thank you.
Didi, Jai Shri Krishna.